Hey everybody, welcome back. I wanted to make a quick video about the ride level control module in our Range Rovers and Land Rover LR3s or Discovery 3s. I have seen a few things on various forums and owners groups that I've been a part of. There is, if you've taken your Land Rover or Range Rover to a shop that has tried to do the suspension height calibration for you and they aren't terribly familiar with Land Rover, Range Rover products, or they are using a diagnostic tool such as a Launch or Autel or ThinkDiag or something like that, not an IID tool basically. You may find that you'll get a code set, a permanent code set in the ride level control module. And what that is indicating, it's C1A00-54. So what that means generally is that your ride level control module is still stuck in calibration mode. So there's a few ways to get out of that. I've sort of put mine into this false state of calibration mode. I've actually put it into manufacturing mode temporarily, but I'll show you what it'll look like. So I'm running a ThinkDiag off of my phone here. So I'll show you what exactly that looks like. So if we go into special function and air suspension, actually no, sorry. We are going to go back into system selection. And we want the ride level control module, and we're going to read the fault code. So you'll see this one here, control module state permanent C1A00-54. So the reason that's a permanent code is because you are in the calibration or manufacturing mode, or tight tolerances will also do the same thing. So the way we get out of this, and by the way, the way this manifests itself is you turn on your vehicle and oh no, the icon is red, and what have I done? I've completely broken something. If you push any of the ride level control buttons over here, they'll beep at you, they won't do a damn thing. So here's how we're gonna fix that, or one of the ways that we can fix that. There's a number of ways that you can do it depending on what system you're using or what particular mode you're in. So I'm just gonna go back here to special function, and we are gonna find our air suspension. And if we go into suspension system, suspension tight tolerance control. So this is what I used on my own when I did the height control module, when I did the height calibration. I had to go in here. So put the switch into position 2. It already is. It'll read the status. Put it into 0. So usually what you'll see after you've done, or after a shop has done the ride level height calibration, is ECU operational mode will say calibration or calibration mode. If it's saying that, then you need to go through this process to get it out of it. In this instance, I've put it into manufacturing freeze mode because it generates the same code, and the way you get out of it is the same. So we're in this window here. I'm just going to tap on OK. It's going to tell me, yes, I can put it into and out of manufacturing freeze mode, blah, blah, blah. So here, diagnostic trouble code C1A00-54 will be set. Once you return to normal tolerances, the lamp will extinguish and will no longer be an issue. So just get a good look at that, because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, yes, I want to change the control tolerance state. Put it into ignition position 2. And now it's put us back into normal tolerance. And we click OK. Air suspension has now been returned to normal operating state. Put us back to 0. Operation successful. Put it back to 2. Now it's going to clear any codes. So we're going to do that. Put it back to position 0. Wonderful. Please wait. Put it back to position 2, and we're done. And I can put it back to position 0. So now when I go back and turn my vehicle into on, that icon is gone now. And if I take us back to system selection and ride level control module, read our fault codes. Our fault code is gone. So hopefully this helps you get your Land Rover or Range Rover out of this state. It is a little bit confusing, and it's, to be honest, quite terrifying when it happens to you for the first time, because you have no idea if you've irreparably broken something that's going to cost you, you know, hundreds or thousands of dollars. But it's actually a really quick little fix. There are a few things in special functions you might have to look at depending on what work was being done. So suspension tight tolerance control, set unset air suspension geometry setup is another one. But as soon as you go into height calibration and you run through that process, a lot of these third-party diagnostic tools won't put you back from calibration mode into normal operating mode or normal mode. So just keep that in mind. IID tool, I believe, does it automatically. I think there's a couple others that do as well. I'm not particularly familiar with them. I have the Think Diag, which is basically a Launch X431 in a DIY form factor. And I've worked with SSD, but I've never done the calibration with the SSD before, so I really can't comment on that. But I hope this was helpful for everybody, and has hopefully lowered your heart rate a little bit if you thought that you just, you know, broke something considerably expensive on your nice SUV. Let me know in the comments if you want any more information about this, or if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to try and answer them as best I can, or point you to some resources that might be able to give you a better answer. Take care, everybody.